All right, this is the Oahu report to let everybody know what we've been up to this year over here on Oahu. I'm Neumann, and I'll be sharing it with you. So our big project over here on Oahu is working on our repositories. We actually have two repositories. The first one, or the main one, is on my farm, Localia Farms, down here in the North Shore in Haleiwa. We planted it July of last year. All the trees we planted, about 30 of them, are survived and are thriving, doing really well. You can see in the picture up on the top that they are quite a bit bigger than the picture down in the middle. We have quite a few that are blooming and fruiting at this point. So soon we'll be in to save seeds, distribute scion wood, and start encouraging more propagation. Some of the things that we need to improve our repository is more trees, obviously, but also we have a few seedlings in there that I'd like to top work with some high quality varieties so that we're not just, spreading seedlings around, but we're really making sure that we have good quality fruit. And we need more people to help with the maintenance and planting more trees as well. Although that's kind of difficult right now for obvious reasons. Here's some more photos of the planting day we had last year. We had probably about 15 members come out to help plant, which was great. Some updated photos of the trees that are fruiting at this point. So we have on the top left a ruby guava, pomegranate, mammy apple or mammy americana, coggeshall mango, and nona squamosa or sweet sop, which I just ate last night and it was very sweet. We're also adding into this repository a row of mangoes that we're going to be building on Trellis. I've been discussing with Peter Solaris in Australia a simplified version of his Tatura trellis. It's not the Y or the T. It's sort of just a single row, which will have less. It will be less effective against a hurricane, but it will be much easier and cheaper to put in. So we're kind of figuring out the final details on that, but we'll be installing and planting that by the end of the year. And we got some money, thank you, from the West Oahu Soil and Water Conservation District to do this project. I have the mango trees ready to be planted already, and we have, I can't remember exactly how many, I want to say about 20 different varieties. So each tree in this trellis will be a different type of mango, with the idea of testing them out in my location for my own personal farm reasons, as well as providing propagation material for HTFG members. Our second repository is in Palolo, which is a very different microclimate than my dry North Shore farm. Palolo is up in the valley in Honolulu. It's sort of a guerrilla garden. It's a public park, and Nat Bleder and Lance Kimura are the primary caretakers and the initiators of this project. We planted a bunch of trees there in May 2019, and I know that Nat and some others have been continuing to plant trees, but unfortunately we had trouble last summer with water, so a lot of the seedlings didn't make it. So we'll have to keep working on that one, but it's nice to have an area in town as well with some of these trees available. Another project that's been happening here on Oahu, it's not strictly HTFG, but a lot of members are involved in, is Kamehameha Farm Hub's Backyard Cultivation Fruit Workshop Series. So Saleh Azizi at Kamehameha got a USDA specialty crop grant, and he was able to put on 4 mango workshops, 4 citrus, and 4 breadfruit, with the idea of expanding the knowledge of the farmers that grow for the Kamehameha Farm Hub. So we started the workshops in person and had planned to do that, lots of hands-on, but obviously COVID hit, and so then we ended up putting them online. So luckily for everyone watching this, you guys will be able to access, I know at least Mark's mango workshops and my citrus, possibly also the breadfruit, hopefully, as part of the HTFG conference as well. So you can look on Kahumana's YouTube channel. I put the link there, but you can also just search Kahumana Organic Farms on YouTube and click on their videos, and you'll see the mango work. Actually, all of the workshops that are available online.
Hi, everybody. This is Richard Mansart in the Tropical Plant and Soil Sciences Department at UH Manila. I wanted to give you an update on the project we have for distributing bunchy top resistant banana clones. There were 4 clones that were identified by Gabe Sachter Smith, a master's candidate back in our department back in 2015. And those 4 clones were given to Mike Meltzer's lab. Dr. Meltzer's a virologist here in our PEPS department, Plant and Environmental Protection Sciences. And over a couple of years, he's put those 4 clones into tissue culture, and in that process, cleaned up the virus from the clones and ensured that the plants in tissue culture do not have bunchy top. That's a pretty technical procedure, and the worker in Mike's lab who does that is Asoka Da Silva. It involves taking just the very tip of the growing meristem of the plant and growing it under heated conditions, a little bit warmer than normal, and that slows down the viral systemic spread, but still lets the banana meristem grow. That allows the plant then to be cleaned up from the virus. That's important because the only way we can distribute these banana clones to the outer islands from Oahu, which has an active bunchy top infestation, is through tissue cultures that are certified to be free of the virus. So Dr. Meltzer's lab and Asoka have done us a big service by producing virus-free tissue cultures. The first distribution of one of the clones, Highgate, which is a Gros Michel mutant, was distributed to HTFG cooperators on the outer islands in March of this year. And growers, I think on Kauai, Molokai, Maui, and the Big Island received tissue cultures. And we plan to distribute the other 3 clones this fall. We're still working, or I should say Mike's lab is still working on cleaning up Kyenja, but the other 2 I think are ready to go, Cocos and NPV, and hope to get those out this fall. The photographs in the bottom are of the 2 Pisang Awak clones. They have 1 genome of the A genome and 2 of B, so it's a little different kind of banana than the Gros Michel, which is shown on the right with Gabe there. The Highgate is a Gros Michel clone. All of these bananas are better than the Cavendish types or apple for resistance to bunchy top, but they're all susceptible to Panama wilt. So we're really interested to get your feedback on the quality issue, whether the bananas are growing well, and if there are any kind of fusarium Panama wilt issues that come up. My email address is up at the top after my name, so if anybody has any questions, you can always communicate directly with me. Okay, everybody, take care. Good luck.
In November of last year, we were lucky enough to have a visit from Dr. John Yonemoto, who is a Japanese horticulturalist. He generally studies, as far as I know, avocado and mango, and grows both of those. But in this case, he was bringing a group of visitors from Hokkaido who are studying vanilla production. They work with a company called Ishia who makes these really delicious cookies and candies. Who they've been having difficulty sourcing their important products such as vanilla and cacao, and they are trying to figure out ways to grow them right there in Hokkaido. So they're thinking of using natural gas or hot springs, which is kind of interesting. Um, anyway, they visited quite a few different vanilla farms across the islands, and on Oahu, they visited my farm and Rick Williams under the Rainbow Farms up in Pupukea to just kind of see some ideas of how to grow vanilla. We also tried to implement First Sunday's grafting because we were getting a lot of interest of people wanting to learn how to graft and how to get better at grafting and so on. So we tried to do a once a month thing, but we had some difficulty. We weren't getting a lot of people showing up. I'm not sure if it's because it was all the way out in Haleiwa, but I think we'll keep trying to think of how we can get more people out here grafting in the future once the COVID is, kind of goes away. We really need people to help because I cannot graft everything. And if we want to have trees to sell, especially now that we have more propagation material at the HCFG repository, I need some help in the nursery to grow seedlings and to graft them and so on. So in the future, we'll continue working towards that. And that's pretty much it. That's Oahu for you. See you later.